Lou Reed. Oh, rather abrupt ending there on Lou Reed's track Who Am I, chosen by Matthew this afternoon. You're still with Summer Valley Voice here on Summer Valley FM. This afternoon we're talking old age, and this is the poem When You Are Old by W.B. Yates. When you are old and grey and full of sleep and nodding by the fire, take down this book and slowly read and dream of the soft look your eyes had once and of their shadows deep. How many loved your moments of glad grace, and loved your beauty with love false or true. But one man loved the pilgrim's soul in you, and loved the sorrows of your changing face. And bending down beside the glowing bars, murmur a little sadly, how love fled and paced upon the mountains overhead, and hid his face amid a crowd of stars. Quite a sad poem that, but a lovely one nonetheless. That's W.B. Yates and When You Are Old. Derek?
Yes, what I have here is a poem called Better Life by Sir Andrew Motion, previous poet laureate. And what he did, he went round a care home and got a few, if you like, short stories from the residents and incorporated them into a poem. You think I must be asleep when you sit at my bedside, and well might I be, what with the late afternoon hush, now that the other residents have all retired to their rooms. But no, I am not asleep, although you could say, uncertain whether I am myself alone, or the sum of those I remember, whose voices have become mine along with their destination. I can say this at least. I was born a Brixham girl, and Dad's ship was the pride of the fleet, so every day when they came ashore, I had my pick of the mackerel in their beautiful shiny blue suits. But then again, I was stationed on the flying boats. Wasn't that a lovely time? The way they came in very low over the harbour, and the deep green water lifted up to greet them, or seemed to. Ask yourself this question. Is it only when you become like me that you will hear what I have to tell you? Make your mind up. Here's me when we were in Llandudno on our honeymoon. I painted my toenails red. If you cared to look, you could see I still have my toenails red. I do this by myself with no help. And that's me, dancing round the house. It was the fresh air kept me going, without a single brown penny in my purse. You see what I am saying? I am living here among you, and you pay no attention or decide what I'm thinking which is not worth your attention. I am every single colour in the rainbow, but you see no colour. You see the colour grey. We have singing here at night, or perhaps it has become already. We have singing here at night, or perhaps it has begun already. Can you hear them singing? You would not believe how old I am without feeling it. I tell myself that is because I have looked after everybody. When I go to the doctor now, I find the door is closed. Do I knock? Once I'm inside, it gets better. I say, give me a minute. I am Richard, and I am perfectly able-bodied, thank you, and also of perfectly sound mind. What can I do for you? The chances are I know more than you about most things. I landed on Gold Beach on D-Day, then worked as a brewer. It was a useful life, defending the realm, then making beer. Now I am waiting for my telephone to ring. It never does ring. If you were looking this way, you would see my right hand stretching towards you with something I have to pass over. When I open my fingers, you must look at the gift carefully. You may well not recognize it to start with, although soon you will see it is the very thing you can never do without. Who are we talking about? My name is Peter, and in one way or another I was married to Steve for 57 years. Today I am alone. The pain is very strong because nobody would miss me if I died. It would affect nobody. I am Simon, aged 67. I am Liz, aged 82. I am Helen, aged 72, and I do tatting and keep fit on Wednesdays. I am Ali, and I'm a widow, and I think if you don't do anything, then God won't do anything. This is Mehmet, and this here is Gaty. I am Ron, and I enjoy a few boiled potatoes and a drop of broth. I am not a lover of sweet things. I like simple bread and butter and a bit of fish. My friend Rowena likes a slice of sponge cake. Open the window and let me hear the geese flying across. Can you hear what I'm saying? Are you paying attention? I love to hear the geese flying and know their way is home. As for me, I was born in 1939 and all our people came down from Staffordshire and Cheshire. I class myself as a traveller, not a gypsy. When I was a boy, we had a horse and wagon. I had to make a fire and put the horses out to graze at dawn, and then I had to bring them back close beside the wagon at dusk. When Dad bought a bus, which we called a freezer box, he sold the horses. I stood and cried. I was a big lad. It was not the same. You couldn't smell the horses. Our people are in Magna Carta. I had the life of Riley. Now I have a serious illness and won't last, but when I count my blessings at night, I have a load of blessings. I love God and want to die. What better thing is there to live for? Is that you leaving now? Very well. As for me, I have not done. I am still the child that loves to arrive by night in a new place, then wakes up early to pull the curtains back on sunlight pouring into a bay I had never seen before, where big pelts of seaweed left to dry by the retreating tide, and the dainty orange crabs crawling across them, and the pebbles are everything I need.
Is that you done?
I think that's me done, yes.
Lovely. Thank you, Derek. Wonderful as ever. I'm just going to read this poem by William Wordsworth called Old Man Travelling to close the show. The little hedgerow birds that peck along the road regard him not. He travels on, and in his face, his step, his gait is one expression. Every limb, his look and bending figure all bespeak a man who does not move with pain, but moves with thought. He is insensibly subdued to settled quiet. He is one by whom all effort seems forgotten, one to whom long patience has such mild composure given, that patience now doth seem a thing of which he hath no need. He is by nature led to peace so perfect, that the young behold with envy what the old man hardly feels. I asked him whither he was bound, and what the object of his journey. He replied, "Sir, I am going many miles to take a last leave of my son, a mariner, who from a sea fight has been brought to Falmouth, and there is dying in a hospital." The words of William Wordsworth there to close today's show. Thank you very much for listening. This has been Summer Valley Voice with myself, Chris Constantine, Derek LePage and Matthew Shern. Don't forget you can get in touch via our Twitter account, that's at svvoice, or you can email us svvoice@summervalleyfm.co.uk. We'll read out any messages on next week's show. Now here's Clive Dunn to play us out. Oh, that's the slowest way to... Yes?
Great stuff.
I was going to say, why didn't we play My Generation, where you go, I hope I die before I get old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ironic.